All right, welcome back, guys. Last but not least, these are our old stomping ground hometown guys. Cedar Bluff Tigers. We have guys. Go ahead and announce your names down there. Who you are?
Alexander Leak.
Alexander Leak.
Connor Flint.
Connor Flint. All right, guys. Again, this is Matt and Todd Show, and it's our first annual basketball media days. We appreciate you guys for coming and hanging out with us. And these guys are a little different to us because we've known them longer. I mean, we've known the kids since they were born, or we've coached them or been affiliated with them at church or something. So we're just here to kind of have a good time and shed some light on the kids, get them a little attention over there, and let them kind of tell their story. And kind of introduce Coach Wehunt because he's new over there for basketball. And so we'll kind of let him introduce himself a little bit there and take off with it. So go ahead, Coach Wehunt. Tell us who you are, where you're from. And
I'm a county guy.
County guy.
Came back to Cedar Bluff first week of February this past school year. Was at New Hope previous to that. And when Coach Carpenter retired, applied for the job. And
that's a big shoes to fill right there.
It is. 27 years worth maybe. Applied for the job, got it. We got it kind of late because we had to hire a football coach first. And so we kind of chased a rabbit a little bit this summer because we didn't get that spring evaluation period. But it's been good. I've really enjoyed it. These guys work hard. They come ready to practice every day. And so it's been good for us.
What's a little different maybe about this group, boys or girls? Because I know, Cedar Bluff, when it's a small school, you're kind of close to all the players.
Right.
And you've got a really outstanding JV crew coming up. So what's been a little different about the Cedar Bluff crew that's maybe to some other schools that you've been at? Something a little different about them?
Well, not to be cliche, but you want to build a program, you know. And so we've got our hand in it from 7th grade up. I go to some of those games. I don't get to go to as many as I'd like to because we practice or play at the same time.
Yeah.
But, they finished second in the county tournament Saturday.
Yeah, I've seen that.
I think that was the first time in 7 or 8 years that they'd even played. So I'm proud of those guys. Got a really strong JV team. I call it B team, the old school B team.
They look good.
I think they've lost maybe one game. Is that right?
Good.
Who are some players?
They're scoring about 55, 60 points a game.
In B team?
In B team.
Yeah, mention some of the players on the B team.
Got some size, got some depth.
Who's some of the kids?
Isaac Bishop
is
a big kid for us. We've got other kids, Hunter Jenkins, Hunter Stallings, Carter Dillingham. You kind of put me on the spot here.
That's okay.
I didn't bring them, but those guys.
They're good. I've come over there at practice time or two, and they get after it.
I mean, we dress 10 of those guys, and we roll them in and out, and you never really miss a beat with those guys, and they all contribute. So, and then with these guys, like I said, they got double-digit wins last year, and so naturally that's their goal this year.
Yeah.
But, they, like I said, they work hard, and we've changed a lot of stuff naturally because we want to put our stamp on it.
Sure.
And they've bought into it, and we've been playing. We've played some really good teams this year too. So.
All right, Mr. Mitchell, you got anything?
What's it like to come from Coosa High School to Cedar Bluff High School?
Well, me and you, Coach, was next door neighbors on the 3rd floor, right?
That's right.
I can walk out my door at Cedar Bluff, and to the right is the middle school, and to the left is the high school.
Yeah.
So, little different numbers, but it's good. You got a personal relationship with each of the kids. They come in my room pretty much every period, or I see them at lunch. So it's more personable.
Yeah.
And, everybody knows everybody.
That's right.
I guess give me an assessment of the season so far and what you hope to get to later on in the year.
We started out, we went to like a preseason tournament at Supreme Courts in Gunnersville. First day we played Sardis. Second day we played Hoax Bluff. And the third day we played Prattville Christian, which is 3 really good teams. 2 of those 3 we played with, I thought, pretty well. Prattville Christian just had so many guys, shot the ball really well. Probably one of the best shooting teams I've saw. These guys will tell you that.
Could they shoot a little bit, Buck?
Yes, sir. They can shoot.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Nathan.
Then we turned around and played Ider, lost by 4. You know, we're 1A and they're 2A, and so, you know, just be competitive. You know, we want to win, but we also teach we're going to go out and be competitive. And then we hit a 4-game run there where we won 4 in a row. You know, we knocked off Crossville and West End and Gillsville and Coosa Christian. And in the 3 of those 4, we led the whole game pretty much. But against Coosa Christian, we were down 9 late in the 3rd. And, you know, as a coach, you worry. And I thought, you know, this is our first sign of adversity. How are we going to respond?
Yep.
And we battled back, took the lead, ended up winning by 4 or 5 maybe. It showed me a lot of grit about them, you know, especially with a young team, because Connor's the only senior we have. And so we're playing a lot of young guys, maybe some guys that hadn't played a whole lot in previous years. And so we're, you know, that 4-game win streak, we really rode that. So.
Have you guys set any goals? I know this being your first year, I don't know if it'd be different from any other years, but are you just taking it one thing at a time, or do you have certain things you're looking toward? We
really are. Just one game at a time. I tell the guys, you know, our motto is the next guy up. You know, I mean, yesterday we were focused on Valley Head. Today and tomorrow we're focused on Skyline. You know, and when we get to the area tournament, we'll see where we fall, and hopefully by then we're playing our best ball, and you know, we can make the playoffs. You know, that's our long-term goal, but we really don't talk about that. We talk about the next game, you know. So, because I feel like, you know, you start looking ahead, we need to win 16, 17. You're putting pressure on these young men. These are young men.
Right.
They're not adults like us, and so you start putting pressure on them, and then they start reeling a little bit, you know. We lost this one, we can't win 16. We lost this one, we can't win 15.
Right.
And so I don't want to put that pressure on them. I just want us to go out, play our best, and, you know, at the end of the night, wherever the chips fall is where they fall.
I guess tell us a little bit about practice. Are you doing a lot of fundamentals versus team at this time of year, or are you focusing more on team because it's kind of the heat of the season?
Well, early on, it's all a bunch of stuff. I mean, it's 2.5 hours of stuff. And we don't run at the end of practice because they'll tell you we run for 2 solid hours. Because to me, if you're standing, you're lazy, you know. And because our motto is we want to get up and down the floor and, you know, and make you so tired the second half you can't play with us, you know. And but like right now, our general day-to-day is, so like tomorrow, we've got Skyline, so tomorrow we'll come in right after school. We'll watch film for about 30 minutes, watch a little film today, and then we'll go shoot for about 45 minutes in the gym, and then we'll, you know, get ready to play. But typically, as far as a regular practice, we do a lot. We do fundamentals every day. Every day. I mean, if you can't dribble the ball down the floor, you're not going to. I mean, I don't care what you run on offense or defense. If you can't get across, you're not going to be successful.
It's true.
So we work a lot of ball handling stuff, a lot of defensive slide stuff, moving without the basketball, and then we do a lot of shooting. You know, I tell them before they can go home, and we shoot a lot during practice, but at the end of practice, before they can go home, they have to shoot 100 jumpers and 50 free throws. That's in addition to what they've already shot. And so, because, again, you got to put the thing through the hole to win. So that's kind of, you know, how we do.
What's, guys, Connor and Bucky, what's some strengths and weaknesses that you have? What are you good at and what are you not so good at?
Our speed, we're really fast, and we ain't that tall, but, you know, we go pretty fast this year.
What's some of the strengths of the team, you think, Connor?
Definitely our speed. We're very fast. We get up and down the court. But definitely height would be our weakness.
I will say this, and I'm not exaggerating. Last year's Cedar Bluff team, from game 1 to the last game, was the most improved team I've seen in 35 years. of watching Cedar Bluff basketball, and they were the most improved team around. And I think that's a big compliment. Have you seen a lot of that? You think this bunch can carry that over? I mean, you lost 2 starters off last
Right.
year's team, but I mean they were. I've never seen a team improve that
Right.
much.
Yeah, I think we're playing as good now as we did at the end of the season last season. I mean, I don't know if these guys would agree with that or not. I mean, we're 9 games in, so I feel like we're kind of hitting our stride a little bit, you know. Naturally, early, you're going to be a little rusty because, you know, at Cedar Bluff, unlike Coosa, you know, we share a lot of athletes. You know, these guys play pretty much everything.
Yeah.
And so we can't do a whole lot of stuff till we get them. And but I think that we're where we were at last year.
Well, I noticed they improved a lot when Buck started pushing it. You know,
Yes, sir. Yes,
just
sir.
up and down the floor.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's
That's
what
their
we
style,
do,
yeah.
you know. We're a transition type team because like they said, you know, our biggest weakness, and I don't really like to call it a weakness, our biggest hurdle is we don't have a lot of height. You know, and so we can't sit in a half-court set and try to run an old flex offense against somebody or whatever. We've got to get up and down the floor and try to shoot layups or threes to catch people in transition, not hustling back.
Makes sense.
You know, and sometimes we do get slowed down or stopped. But, you know, we still have to run a type of offense that, you know, we take the big guy out.
Yeah.
So,
Bo, go ahead. What you
I got a question for Bucky. I know you're a competitor, man, and how difficult is it for like your average fan who's not familiar to talk about the difference between football shape and basketball shape? And how long does it take, you feel, to yourself to transition into basketball shape?
I believe it take about 2 or a good 3 games in, like full speed games to get in the basketball shape. It's a big difference between the football shape and the basketball shape. Football, you know, you have like stops and plays here and there. Basketball is constantly, you know, just up the court, back and forth, you know. So it take about 2 or 3 games to get in that shape, you know. Even the little days, you know, on practice, you know, running the court, you know, stuff like that.
Guys, is Coach Wehunt more like Santa, the Grinch, or the head reindeer?
Head reindeer.
He's a reindeer.
Why?
Running gun, you know, running gun.
Good answer.
Well, have y'all ever come up? I asked some of the girls and boys this. While y'all were out there playing on the court, did y'all ever come up with some of your own plays? And maybe Coach Wehunt's looking at you going, no. And you're like, yes, this is going to work.
Bucky's had to do that, hadn't he?
I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I have my thing called Bucky moment sometimes.
Yeah, it's okay.
Coach Mellock calls it the Bucky moment. So
They probably work out, though, most of the time.
halftime they do, you know. It depends, you know.
Bucky can play now, and Connor has took on a whole new look here. I mean, I like it. I like you wear the headband during the game too, right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. He can
you know, with these 2 guys, it's one night one's got 29, one's got 21. The next night they flip-flop. I think one game Bucky had 31. He might have had like 26.
Now, tell us about, I know some other guys now that, like MJ, tell us about kind of part of the
Yeah,
team that
how's
he's
MJ
become on
Well,
part of the team. I've known him since he was a little bitty, and he's always just been athletic.
MJ's got some moves sometimes. I don't know how he gets to the basket with the
Yeah.
ball.
He's
but
about as good as I've seen in the paint.
yeah, he can make a big guy miss blocking his shot. And sometimes I sit there and go, how did he do that?
Now tell us about Kennard. Now, Dylan, you big
Dy-
guy down the
Dylan's
middle.
big guy.
He's
He-
going
he
to wreak
gets in
havoc
there
and
and
push people over.
Push folks around, rebounds. Eli, you know, Eli McFry.
Yes, tell us about
When
Eli.
we give Bucky, Eli starts. Eli's a good 3-point shooter.
Yeah.
He runs the floor well, quick. When Bucky has to catch his breath or whatever, Eli will move from the 2 to the 1. And, you know, like I said, we don't miss a beat with them. I mean, I'm comfortable with them doing it.
You know, I
and-
noticed
and
the
so-
other night when Isaac come in to play some, Isaac has grew so much, and he's kind of growed into his feet and his hands because he's going to be a tall, big kid. He's a game. I mean,
Right.
he's rebounding the ball and like pushing people
Right.
around. Where last year, he's just different, ain't he,
Right.
Bucky? I mean,
Yes, sir. Yes,
Connor,
sir.
y'all know, y'all could. So I had to tell him, man. I said I'm super proud of him. He's put in the work and he's just growing up. And I
Right.
can't wait to see what he's going to turn
Well,
out.
you know, it's fun to walk in the gym every day, and we all practice together.
Yes.
And
That's good.
to look and see that the future's bright.
Sure, absolutely.
You know, I mean, sometimes you walk in at other places I've been, and you got a big senior class, and you're like, man, it's rebuild next year. But with these guys, I mean, the future's bright all the way down to 7th grade, and from what I'm hearing, we got some 6th graders coming too. And,
Yeah.
and
That's what at Cedar Bluff now, they changed football coaches and head basketball coaches this year. So people that are watching, and they had been there when I was in school. Okay, Jonathan was just a year ahead of me. He went off and went to college and came back, and Coach Smith came for a short stint. And Jonathan took the football team over, and Coach Carpenter he was my teacher. So you had these long runs of these coaches. And now you got these 2 new coaches of the larger sports in the school. So there's this growing process. But I can tell you honestly, first-handedly, I see them both being Coach Wehunt and Coach Matlock and Coach Beckett and all the coaches, Coach Butts and all of them, they're all involved. Even from flag football down, you'll see them over here at the games. So they're getting out there. They're getting to know the kids. They're trying to build something new from a young age. So for just people that may be watching that don't know, that's just a little bit about what's going on over there.
right. Yeah, it's exciting. I mean,
It is.
all the coaches get along. You know, we hang out in the hall during in between class change, and it's just a good environment. And when the kids see that, they're gonna follow suit. You know, so
What you got?
Well, me and Nathan, you remember this story? Me and Nathan coached against each other. JV ball one time. You remember that?
first time trying in Chattooga, had played basketball in 20 years probably.
It's what, a 6-point game, you're up. It's a close game, great game. They come out in the middle of the floor, game over. Getting
Called
too late. Got school tomorrow.
Called him because of time.
Ball game. Right there.
Was it a good
Remember
game?
that? Yes.
Point game.
Is it what, like a
That's the only time we ever coached against
6-point
each other,
game they
wasn't
called it.
No, we coached.
No, we coached it.
Oh, yeah, that time you hit 18 out of 17 free throws. Your team. Yeah. Yeah, it's a good team to try. I will say this, Coach Wehunt's a good coach, guys. Y'all listen to him. And like I said, y'all the most improved team last year. And Bucky, didn't you think y'all were very good in the first couple of games last year? Early. Not early. Y'all were real good late, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I mean, y'all had a real good team late. I mean, it was just a unbelievable turnaround from the first of the year to the end. If you can do that again, Coach, I mean, these boys may be going somewhere, you know.
Well, you know, when you talk about stability, it's not like me or Alan or the second coach in 4 years or 3 years.
Yes.
I mean, I looked on AHS, FHS or something, one of those websites, and I think I'm the 5th basketball coach or 6th in school history, maybe.
Yes, right.
Um,
Yeah. Go back to Bruce and Danny Brown
and Carpenter, I mean, he did an unbelievable job. I mean,
yeah.
you know, you come in and everything's in place, you know, and I can call him and ask him anything. I talked to him last week. And, you know, that's a resource that's unlimited.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so, you know, I appreciate him. He let me come in and help him with the 2 weeks left in the season last year and get to know the boys, because it would have been a little different just coming in the summer, you know.
Yeah.
And so that kind of broke the ice as far as twos.
What's
Good deal, Coach.
Well, tell us about probably your pregame meals. Now, we asked the other group this. What do you like to eat before the game, and what kind of music do you be jumping to in the locker room before you come out? What's in the earbuds? What's playing?
I go first. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. On game days, I don't even eat for real. I just be thinking about the game all day in class, all that. Just
Can't
trying-
eat.
Can't eat. You know.
Yeah.
I always try to stay hydrated though. I always try to drink Powerades, water. But my playlist is a little bit of Big Yavo, Lil Baby, and
Okay.
some Big 30.
There you go. Connor, what's your pregame meal and music?
Normally I don't really eat, but if I do, it'll be Subway.
Subway.
Yeah, because it's quick and easy.
Yeah.
And then I don't really listen to any music unless we got something going in the locker room. And then it's just whatever's on.
And then I come in the door and kill it.
I'm
Like
like
Colonel.
Bucky. I don't see how anybody eats. You know, I saw something on TV the other day, and it was like people on death row's last meal. Who the crap wants to eat before you get executed? How can you be hungry? I mean, that's just me. But I got one question for Coach Wehunt. Who inspired you?
Yeah.
Who's been some of your mentors?
Tommy Swanson,
No, Tommy's a
Tommy
good one.
and Lamar
Good one.
Turner. Lamar's a Hall of Fame guy. Coach Mitchell knows him.
Won a state championship.
Yes. I believe they went undefeated, actually.
Actually went 30-0 at you, too. Yeah.
I worked for Glenn Hicks for a while. That's where the Fun and Gun comes from.
Is that where you got the
Yes,
North Sun
in
Mountain?
Fort Payne.
Well, you know, his son coaches at North Sun now. Right.
And then recently, Craig McGill at New Hope. All those guys have pushed their guys or girls to state playoff appearances, taught you how to treat folks. And naturally, I can't go without saying Coach Curry. He's,
Right.
to work with him, and that was football, but just the game plan implementation, let your coaches coach, and get to the game, and the game's easy. You want practice to be hard.
Right.
You want the game to be easy.
Absolutely.
So,
Got anything, Mr. Roy? Mr. Bo Starkey? Tell me, like maybe a thing you have at school, groups or clubs, something that you do at school that you're proud of, or maybe a Sunday school class that you involved with, or something like that, a groups stuff you do.
I'm happy for I do this thing called leadership, youth leadership.
Good.
And big brothers and big sisters, and that's why I help a little kid out in my school.
It's good.
I'm in ag class, Miss Hill's class, and about it.
What's your favorite Bible verse?
Romans 2:28.
Romans. I'm gonna write that down. 2:28. All right. Connor, what's your school activities or church activities Bible verse?
I'm in Beta Club, so we do a lot of stuff with Beta Club. Help kids, help older people, clean up the school. And, yeah.
That's about it? Okay.
Bucky, I heard you like to sit up real late. Is that true? Like 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning.
It depends how my sleep schedule is.
Oh, okay.
I might
Oh, is it? I did hear that. Somebody said, yeah, Bucky, 3 o'clock in the morning.
It depends. It
Still
depends. I might come home after practice, set a little alarm at 9:30. Might wake up 3 o'clock and try to go back
Now,
to
that
sleep.
was just in the summer and on weekends and when y'all were out. Somebody just told me you'd sit up all night.
I don't really stay up all night for real. It just depends. Probably once a week, here and there.
I can't
Late
sit
sleeper.
up past 12.
before we stop,
Yeah.
we kind of focus on these two guys a little bit because that's who we brought. But
Yeah.
we're nine guys. We're one unit.
Right.
And we mentioned 5 of those guys. We've got Cade Browning who starts for us, and Caleb Tucker and Aiden Green and Austin Richardson, and I don't think I left anybody out. I think that's 9.
Caleb Tucker.
Caleb Tucker, yeah. And we talk about we're not one person. We're one team, and I know that may sound cliche, but it's true. You win together, you lose together.
When you're at a smaller school, it seems you can be that way a little easier because you're also close, 1, and 2, because usually the guys play together in a lot of other sports besides one. At a big school like it, even
When I was at Hazel Green,
yeah, you have basketball players.
we had like
you have
3
football players.
that just played basketball.
Yes, it's different.
Yeah.
Now y'all got
And so like
Skyline.
last night, for example, Bucky got in foul trouble early, and a couple others did too, and Aiden and Caleb and Dylan came off the bench, and we never missed a beat. We stayed, neck and neck. So
And y'all got Skyline, and then
the Woodville game Friday has been moved to January 6th.
Oh gosh.
When y'all are playing in the Invitational, right?
We're playing in the Invitational. We'll play at 10 a.m. Monday against Collinsville.
10 a.m.
And we play at 7 or 7:30 Tuesday against Spring Garden.
So y'all are at home against Skyline.
Correct.
Okay, yeah,
That's
it's home
usually some
game.
good games.
Yeah.
Yeah, Skyline, man. I mean, they're always at Jacksonville.
Yeah.
They're constantly a Final Four team.
Right.
Constantly.
That'd be a good challenge for
Yeah.
y'all.
Yep.
We talk about that. We approach everyone the same. I mean, whether we're playing whoever. I mean,
Well, I'm sorry the other guys didn't get to come. The girls, I mean, we wanted to see them too. I mean, we know we're not against the girls at all. We'd love to see them come over and get to play. And Coach McGinnis was here early, and they had to step out. So, but they're always welcome to come and be part of the show. And we want to be able to see everybody, boys and girls, and represent Cedar Bluff. So we appreciate y'all for coming, hanging out. And
thank y'all for what
yeah.
you do.
Absolutely.
Thank y'all.
Yeah, we'll be supporting you guys, and good luck to y'all. We'll catch y'all later. Cedar
See
Bluff
y'all
Tigers,
tomorrow
guys.
night.
Thank you.
Thank
What
y'all.
time y'all start? About 7:30.